So after much analysis, number crunching, reviews, watching game films, today we're finally going to reveal the final top 25 of 2023. And it's going to be a humdinger. All thanks for tuning in to All Things Division III Soccer with SimpleCoach and Jackie. I am SimpleCoach. Yep, that's Jackie in her Christmas green getup, looking for a place to sleep. So like I mentioned, we're going to go through the top 25 on the men's side. Going to do another episode on the top 25 women's team. And yeah, let's get to it. Hope you enjoy. So coming in at number 25, the Pioneers of Wisconsin, Platteville. Boys from Platteville, they had a great season, 15-3-4. They lost to University of Mary Washington in the conference final, and then they bowed out in the NCAA tournament, losing to rival Wisconsin Eau Claire. At number 24, SUNY Oneonta. 15-4-3, another great season. They lost in the SUNYAC finals to Cortland State, who had a epic season, and then they fell to Washington and Lee in the second round of the NCAAs. 23rd on the ranking, Case Western Reserve, 10-3-4. Look, the UAA sharpens iron. Case Western placed third in conference, but made it to the second round of the NCAAs. They fell to Cortland State University in PKs. At 22, 13-5-4, Centennial Conference champions, Johns Hopkins, with another great season. In the NCAAs, they got through Babson, and then they lost to a very, very good Middlebury team. At 21, 15-4-3, Occidental. Look, I wrote something for my Patreon members on the incredible performances by Midwestern and Western teams, and Occidental is one of them. There's some great soccer coming out of LA. They were SCIAC champions, got to the Sweet 16 before they fell to the runners-up Amherst, 1-0. In a game that they could have won had the ball bounced the right way. At 20, OAC powerhouse Ohio Northern, 15-6-2 with the fantastic win in the NCAA tournaments over Messiah, 1-0. They managed a great season, and I didn't give them much thought after the first 6 games, I think, because they have ruthlessly one of the most difficult schedules in the country. And they managed to come on through with flying colors. At 19, the Cinderella story of Division III, as far as I'm concerned, 16-3-1 Carleton College out of Minnesota at 16-3-1. Another outstanding season. They lost to the eventual national champs St. Olaf in the second round. At Minnesota, another Midwestern team. Kenyon, talk about Midwestern teams. Number 18, Kenyon at 16-5. New head coach, Travis Wall with the Owls. Left off where they did last season. I think they need some consistency in the big games, but national powerhouse without a doubt. They're close. They're this close, and we'll see if Coach Wall can bring them through. Number 17, probably the biggest drop in the top 25, Messiah at 21-1. I still think, and I still say, at least this year, they're playing some of the best soccer in the division. Comes out of Mechanicsburg. I think they need to figure out a more dynamic attack and less reliant on a single player, which is what I saw happen in their game against Ohio Northern, where they just had a over-reliance on Matt McDonald and no one else could punch the ball to the back of the net. Number 16, 12-3-5, University of Chicago, the 2022 national champs. I've been saying early on, they never really looked like they can get into the groove like they had last year, but they had an outstanding season nonetheless, and they're still a national contender. At 15, Franklin and Marshall at 14, 3-3. I've been saying one of the remarkable things about Franklin and Marshall is, and I don't know how he does it, but Dan Wagner's men, they lock and load for every season. Like, there's no drop off. They just keep going. Now the question is, how do they get the bump up? At 14, with a record of 13-5-2, Wisconsin Eau Claire. They gave 90 minutes of hell all season long. Number 13, another one that just sort of surprised me, I guess. Colorado College at 15-3-3. Monster of a season out of Colorado Springs. They lost, and they were this close, right? They lost to Washington and Lee in the Elite Eight in PKs. So, number 12, North Central College, Coach Fushino at 15-3-2. I had North Central as high as third and expected a great run out of them because I thought they were playing that well. And then they dropped their in the first round against, you guessed it, number 15, 90 minutes of hell, Wisconsin Eau Claire. Coming in at number 11 with a record of 19-3-1, the Red Hawks of Montclair State. They're the second of two public schools that I thought could win it all, especially around the firepower that is Amir Lukovic, Division III Player of the Year and leading scorer. At number 10, 15-3-5, Washington College, Coach Dunshey's program. I'm full confession, I overlooked Washington for much of the season. But they had a remarkable run, flying under the radar. They made it all the way to the semis of the NCAAs, losing to eventual champions St. Olaf. And at number 9, at 18-2-2, University of Mary Washington. Interestingly enough, they were a game away from the Final Four, losing to Washington College 1-0. At number 8, 16-5-4, Washington and Lee, semifinalist in this year's NCAA tournament. They took Amherst all the way to PKs. They seemed to start off slow, but picked up some good momentum and only got better as the season went on. I thought they were playing some great games at the end. At 17-3-2 in seventh spot, Cortland State, the one of the two public schools I thought could be a national champion, and I thought they were playing that well. At number 6, 14-4-3, Tufts University. Another outstanding season and national championship contender. Remarkable job by Coach Desatel and the men. And they'll no doubt they'll be up there again this upcoming year. At number 5, 18-2-2, Calvin. They were a shootout away from getting through Chicago, University of Chicago, but otherwise had an outstanding season. At number 4, 15-2-4, Middlebury. And I think they would have made it to the finals had they not come up against Amherst, and Amherst doing what Amherst does. The goal they scored, I think, was open field tackle, NFL style, but so be it. Number 3, some of the best soccer, and look at Messiah and Connecticut College. Number 3, 14-2-5, Connecticut College. I thought they were playing the best soccer in the NESCAC. from what I prefer. But they came up against the Cinderella team that the ball was bouncing their way, and they were playing great ball themselves. Came up against Washington College and lost. I think it was 1-0. At number 2, the runner-up from this year's tournament at 18-3-3, Amherst. I will say, as much as I am disappointed in their behavior, especially against Middlebury in the NCAA tournament, what they do year in and year out is that they deserve the number 2 spot. And then finally, no-brainer here, number 1 at 21-3-2, St. Olaf. They're deserving of the spot, they're deserving of the national title, and they're deserving all around. So that was the top 25. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that top 25. It was kind of hard this year. It is every year because I have to make judgment calls on teams and how they play and try to do this all-encompassing thing. I should just get out of the ranking business and have rely on the United Soccer Coaches, the D3 Boards fan poll, which is very, very good. Probably, in my opinion, the best one. And then the Massey rankings, and be done with it. But I keep going down the rabbit hole. I posted this on d3soccer.fans, which is my new website to sort of collect all information about D3 soccer. By all means, go check it out. It is, I'll just say what I hope it is just becomes a rallying point for all of us D3 soccer fans out there and looking for a home. So the rankings are posted there. You can check out, once you go on the home page, look at the menu where it says SimpleCoach Top 25. SimpleCoach Men's Top 25? Top 25 Men's. That's where you can find it. And with that, there's going to be another episode on the for the women top 25 that I'm working on, as well as the best 11 or 33, whatever I call it. So with that, hope you enjoy. Talk soon.